Hi everybody, just wanted to give you another review of some tools that I use on the farm that I've been putting out over the past few years, specifically about various products that we use here on the farm. And I'd like to introduce this Stihl chainsaw. It's a MSA220C battery operated chainsaw, and it's got the Stihl AP300 battery in it, which is a expensive battery, but it's very good quality, and we appreciate it. Especially if you have 2 or 3 of these things. When you have 2, you can swap between the 2. I just wanted to let you know my opinion on this machine. It is a good piece of equipment to have. There are certain things about it that I was thinking it would be a little bit more of a convenient type of tool, just given the fact that it's not gas powered. But I'm finding certain things that are a little surprising about it. Yes, it is convenient. Yes, you can slap a battery into the thing and get to where you want to do. Some of the good things about this particular piece of equipment is how it sounds. It doesn't blow your ears out. You don't have to mess around with gas mixtures. You don't have to deal with earplugs. Nice and quiet. It's convenient. It's very easy to understand. The other thing that is very nice about this particular tool is that you don't need any tools to fix it if something goes awry. Everything can be taken apart by flipping this outside thing and off, and just take it off and remove it. Very easy to get to where you need to be. One of the things that the down parts of this particular tool that I was surprised about is, well, I'll go to this one thing. Well, the main thing that surprised me, actually shocked me a bit, is how often this chain slips off when you're in the middle of doing something. I mean, for some reason, you'll be cutting and you'll be doing something relatively normal, and boom, the chain will just slip off the sprocket. And thank goodness is all tied in, and thank goodness also that you don't have to deal with tools, but you can pretty much fix this thing wherever you are just by cleaning it up and replacing this chain back on the sprocket here. But why it goes off as much as it does is something that I don't understand. It's possible that when you're cutting, you suck in debris, and it just kind of gets into these gears here, and perhaps it trips it off. But even that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's a nice saw. It's got power, even though the equivalent gas-powered chainsaw that you have with the same blade length is much more powerful. So make no mistake, this has got the action that you need to do what you're doing within a reasonable time frame. But there's no match for the power of the same size in the gas-powered version of these nice chainsaws. One thing that is interesting is that when these chains flip off, when it's a relatively high throttle, these chains will garble themselves up, and luckily they don't fly off, but they'll garble themselves off, and they will damage themselves. The chains will bash against each other, and so sometimes they won't fit back into the grooves on this bar, which is another thing. So first time it happened to me, I figured, okay, I just have to put the chain back on. But no, these chains actually collided in such a way that they actually bent, and I had to buy new chains for this thing. So that was surprising, and that just doesn't happen to me using gas-powered chainsaws, especially the Stihl. The call me maybe a little dense, but when you're putting the chain back on, I'm trying to figure out exactly how do you adjust the tightness so you can get the chain around the sprocket and all that kind of thing. For some reason, I was just looking beyond the obvious adjustment wheel. And this is it. This is the adjustment wheel. If you take a look online and you're trying to figure out exactly how you adjust the length on this particular chain, it'll say you need a special wrench. And you're going like, okay, well, what wrench do you use? And then all of a sudden it hits you. This round wheel here is the main adjustment thing that you use to shorten and lengthen this chain so you can get it back around this sprocket. So that is my only complaint about this thing. It's good on battery life. You've got a lot of cutting time and power on it, which is really good. It's got a nice bite. It's safe. It's quiet. And it's got your oil lubricated chain system. So it's good. But I don't like the fact that often this chain just comes off. And I will say one more thing. Don't be tempted to get cheap chains for these chainsaws. Sometimes you can get them in a 3-pack at like $28, and you're thinking, wow, this is really cool. Guess what? You get what you pay for. I'd suggest getting good quality chains for Stihl for this particular chainsaw. Don't go cheap with the chains because they're dull and they're often they can get dull quickly. So I hope this helps. And think about this thing when you buy these things. Just remember, this is a problem that some guy down here in North Carolina kind of reported out. Thank you.